Everybody's going to hold their breath right now with just 5 laps remaining in the Daytona 500. We are under green. Derek Cope up through the gearbox in a hurry. Earnhardt finally tucks in behind Bobby Hillin as they work off into the corner to Joe Moore.
Derek Cope leads the way now as they shuffle him down to the end of the front straightaway up into the 31-degree banking of turn 1. Right behind him is Bobby Hillin Jr. He'll try to hold the spot. Earnhardt next in line. Jeff Bodine not on the lead lap, falls in the single file line on the outside. It's Derek Cope showing the way. Hillin is second. Earnhardt is third.
Earnhardt now running in third on the racetrack behind the 2 leaders. It's Cope, then Hillin, then Earnhardt. Here comes Earnhardt out of line. Down to the inside. Pulls up alongside Hillin. Cope moves to the bottom of the racetrack, but Earnhardt will go by and take Jeff Bodine with him.
Jeff Bodine down low. Dale Earnhardt down low as well. Now Derek Cope will lose the lead. He'll go side by side with Jeff Bodine for second, and down low on the inside is Terry Labonte.
So as the field comes back to the stripe, Bodine being shown at this point 1 lap down to the race leader. Earnhardt is on top. Across the stripe, 4 laps to go. Earnhardt the leader. Derek Cope is in second spot. Terry Labonte third. Bodine the lap car to the inside along with Ricky Rudd.
Terry Labonte trying to step out of line and move up now in the Derek Cope car. He sits in the 3rd position and looks for some drafting help from Jeff Bodine. Up front, though, Earnhardt has the lead by 4 car lengths over Cope.
Earnhardt holding the tight line off the corner begins to weave back and forth on the back straightaway, trying to break the draft of Derek Cope. Cope stays with him 1 car length back. Then Terry Labonte a car length off Cope's back bumper. 5 car lengths back to 4th place, Bill Elliott.
Here comes Derek Cope down to the inside. Dale Earnhardt defends his line. Cope comes within about 2 feet of the backside of the Earnhardt car. Cope up high on the banking. Terry Labonte right behind.
A lot of people had said that Terry Labonte would be the sleeper in this race, and indeed he may well be. Here they come down to the line to put another lap on the board. Earnhardt, Derek Cope, then back in that 4th place. It is a heat race heading for turn number 1. Bill Elliott gets pinched almost into the wall on the outside as they hit the corner.
Elliott has that outside line as a car pulling up along with him as the Mike Waltrip machine. Behind him will be Ricky Rudd and Jeff Bodine. Up front, Earnhardt leads the way. Cope looks for a high line coming off turn 2, almost brushes the wall.
The 3 cars break away now from 4th place. A couple of good distance now as they come down the back straightaway. 1 car scrubbing the outside wall off of turn 2, but everyone keeps it in line. Still, Earnhardt a car length over Derek Cope.
Bill Elliott trying to join the lead draft now, and he does hook up behind Terry Labonte. Cope once again takes a high line. Dale Earnhardt in the center of the track right behind Terry Labonte, and then Bill Elliott.
Among those front 3 cars, none has won the Daytona 500. Bill Elliott, though, has 2 wins in the 500, most recently in 1987. The front 4 across the stripe, heading back to turn number 1. Cope looking high, looking low, looking high again, with 2 laps to go on the 500.
Derek Cope really trying to hang on, coming back into turn number 1. He looks low now, trying to go underneath Earnhardt. Earnhardt goes up the banking. Cope, too, having a hard time keeping it down low. He goes high, trying to track down Earnhardt.
2 Chevrolets, an Olds, and a Ford now to decide the Daytona 500 amongst them. Labonte looks underneath Cope for just a second, falls back in line, single file. Earnhardt, Cope, Labonte, and Bill Elliott now to turn 3.
All spread out equal once again. Now Derek Cope puts a little distance between himself and Terry Labonte. Cope goes up in the middle of the racetrack now. Dale Earnhardt holds the low line. Now Labonte looks to the inside for second.
Earnhardt is going to need all the muscle he can get, and he's going to need all the handling capability that's in that car that's left in it here as the laps wind down. White flag for Dale Earnhardt as he zips across the line, just 1 car length ahead with 3 cars chasing him off into turn 1.
The black and silver colors of the Goodwrench Chevrolet leading the way as he has all day, but Derek Cope works on him going back into turn 1 for the final time. Cope drifts up the banking. Here's Terry Labonte trying to get the inside line. Jeff Bodine is behind.
Labonte looking for help from Bill Elliott. They still run single file halfway down the back straightaway, half a lap to go. Still Earnhardt now stretching his lead by another car length over Cope. Labonte can't do anything with Cope either. Earnhardt's car blows up. Earnhardt blows the tire in turn number 3.
Derek Cope down to the inside. Terry Labonte second as Dale Earnhardt slides back into the 4th position. Off the corner, it's Derek Cope.
But here comes Terry Labonte. He looks to the inside. Derek Cope covers the spot. Earnhardt's not a factor here. Cope, hold off the challenge of Labonte. Derek Cope wins the Daytona 500 in a remarkable upset here at the World Center of Racing.
Oh, I wouldn't get into that for nothing in the world, man. Look at these guys. They've gone crazy. They got cameramen down on the ground, and they had us all down there. Okay, you talk about something going crazy. Now they're going crazy. Buddy Parrott, what do you think here, boy?
Oh, man, this is the greatest thing since 1984. That's the greatest thing since 1984. Keith Norton, I'm going to tell you something. You're the toughest man in the world. You got the greatest engines. I'm telling you, it was wonderful today. All my congratulations to Earnhardt. He drove a heck of a race. I just want to tell you, this Derek Cope did a great job today, and all the crew right here did too.
All right, we're going to victory lane here. I'm getting out of this mess, man. It's dangerous.
There have been some upsets in stock car racing, but this one will be talked about for a long, long time as Derek Cope works his way down to victory lane. Let's go back over to turn number 3 and Alan Bestwick.
Boy, just incredible, Barney. Dale Earnhardt was pulling away from Derek Cope, Labonte, and Elliott right at the very end of the back straightaway. One of the tires on the car just cut down, just exploded. Dale did a fabulous job to get the car up out of traffic's way, but it was shocking to hear the sound and to see the car just wiggle back and forth less than a mile from victory in the Daytona 500. Complete heartbreak for Dale.
Let's not forget one thing here, as every crew on pit road is now congratulating Derek Cope, as well as Dale Earnhardt ran today. Let's not forget the fact that Derek Cope was there in that position to take advantage had a break come his way. He had a super run. Dick Brooks, they're still celebrating.
Well, they sure are, but Richard Childers, you've been through this a few times before. It's got to be tough to take that kind of lead and go the way that away, but that's racing, I guess.
Yeah, that's a heartbreaker. I just feel for Dale and the whole team.
Do you know exactly what happened?
No, I think he said something happened. He cut a right rear tire down or something going in the corner over there, and I don't know. That number 8 hit us when we were trying to get up there, and I don't know if that done it or not.
Well, that's part of it, I guess. He's pretty good shape here, I guess. The crew's a little dejected, as you may well expect. But I'll tell you, Derek Cope is that crew's gone crazy.
Cope is the winner. Finishing second will be Terry Labonte. Bill Elliott will finish third. Ricky Rudd fourth, and unofficially Dale Earnhardt they're showing to finish in fifth position, but that's subject to kind of a recheck on the scoring cards. Let's go to victory lane.
Yeah, let's go to victory lane. Derek, this has got to be a dream come true. I mean, this is something that just doesn't happen all the time. It just it may never happen again, but it's here today.
Well, that's true. The Pure Letter Rain-X Chevrolet Lumina is here today, and like I say, this can come once in a lifetime. And I tell you, to come this early in my career, and this young team, Bob Whitcomb and all the guys that put all the effort in, Buddy Parrott, who I think people gave up on a while back, but I'll tell you what, Buddy Parrott's back, this team's back, and I think we're somebody that they're going to have to deal with.
Well, the car, somebody said something about right at the end of the race, said, well, it's a Cinderella thing, all right, but you guys were second for half of the race, so you were there all day long, and that's what makes a winner, I guess.
Well, I told people that Buddy Parrott, I turned the helm over to him because I'm inexperienced, and I listened to him all day long. He had it pretty loose. He got up front, kept us up there, and that was the key to the Pure Letter Rain-X Chevrolet.
I asked him, I said, how come you didn't pit that last time? He said, well, you got to know when to hold them and when to fold them, he said. And boy, it worked out. This makes you, not only for this race and the prestige of all of it and everything that's going to happen to it, it puts you in the Winston, and it puts you in the Winston, it gives you a chance for the Winston Million. I mean, there's a whole lot of things other than just this. You realize that?
Well, I do. That Winston, that's a heck of a race, and I've always dreamed of getting in that race. And there's a lot of notoriety that goes along with that at Charlotte Motor Speedway, and we're looking forward to having the Pure Letter Rain-X Chevrolet Lumina there and put on a good show.
Well, it sure does, and I enjoyed this a lot. I think the car owner here just walked in here. Bob, a lot of hugging and kissing here. Bob, what do you think about all that?
Oh, I can't believe it. Oh, it's been a lot of work. This Chevy Pure Letter Lumina has been running great for the last couple of months, and we knew we had it, but not a lot of good teams here, and this is a dream come true. I can't believe it. It's great.
Well, you got to believe it because it's really here. Here's Bob Whitman. Here's Buddy Parrott. I done been attacked by him. I'm just. Hey, you told me, you said you know when to hold them and know when to fold them, right? Is that what you said?
The old song says, Kenny Rogers, and Dick walked up to me and said, what are you going to do? I said, well, why didn't you change tires? I said, you got to know when to hold them and when to fold them. I tell you, though, my hat's off to Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company today, and they had a wonderful tire. I can't wait to go to Atlanta and run this tire. The Goodyear guy said that the tire worked better at Atlanta, and we're looking forward to that. But, again, Keith Dorton, I know you're glued to that radio and TV, and he did a great job, a wonderful job, automotive specialist out of Concord, North Carolina.
Well, he sure did, and I'm sure glad for you guys. I tell you, Buddy's been around a long time. This is a mess down here, guys.
I bet it is. Quite a celebration. Derek Cope becoming the 4th driver to make the Daytona 500, his very first career Winston Cup win. He led just 5 of 200 laps, and the man that Dick Brooks was talking to there later in the conversation, Bob Whitcomb, the car owner, a man out of New Hampshire with a construction background, a race fan at Monadnock Speedway in New Hampshire, and then decided to start sponsoring races first up in the Northeast and eventually moving into Winston Cup competition as a car owner. I'm sure the fruition of a big dream for him today as well.
Eli, we caught up with the man who had the most dominant car all day long, Dale Earnhardt. First of all, what happened on that last lap?
Well, we cut a tire, Winston.
you know, we just run real good. The car has just worked. I was sitting there just hoping to get to the start-finish line, and we didn't make it. You know, you got to get a check flag to win this, and then it's eluded us every year so far, but we felt good about today.
We were talking during the broadcast that probably the most dominant car we've seen since this was Dale Earnhardt at Atlanta a couple of times. Had to feel real good being able to go anywhere on the racetrack you wanted to.
Well, it did. If I'd have known that debris was back there, I wouldn't have went back there a while ago either. But we ran over something. I heard it hit the bottom of the car, and then it hit the tire, and that's when it popped. And, you know, there ain't nothing you can do. You can't see everything on the racetrack.
Was there ever any thought of not pitting on that last caution flag and staying out on the racetrack?
No, we knew to beat the cars that were left and Bill and the number one car, we had to pit and get tires, try to, you know, have our best shot at it. And I was just sitting there. They couldn't get by me. And, you know, it's Derek wins the race, but we beat them all day. And they didn't outrun us. They just lucked into it.
Well, Dale Earnhardt has served notice. This GM Goodwrench team is back to championship form, and we'll look to hear a lot from them in 1990.
Boy, it's got to hurt to lose one that way, and you can hear the hurt in Earnhardt's voice to do what he did here today. Take a look at some of the finishing positions that we've been able to get from NASCAR scoring. Derek Cope, the winner. Terry Labonte will finish second. Bill Elliott third. Fourth to Ricky Rudd. Fifth to Dale Earnhardt. Sixth to Bobby Hillin. Seventh goes to Rusty Wallace. Mike Waltrip. Eighth. Ninth to Jeff Bodine. 10th is Morgan Shepherd. 11th is Neil Bonnet. 12th is Dick Trickle. 13th is Michael Waltrip. 14th is Jimmy Spencer. 15th should be Brett Bodine. Finishing 16th, Davey Allison. 17th, Lake Speed. And 18th would be Rick Wilson. That's the running order as we have it here from NASCAR timing and scoring right now.
Barney, as you were giving the rundown, NASCAR was revising it in my little earpiece over here, so why don't we backtrack just a bit. You told the folks, as correctly it was, that Dick Trickle finished in 12th, but there have been some changes behind that. They'll now post 13th spot to Ernie Irvin. 14th will be Darrell Waltrip, and 15th place Jimmy Spencer. 16th is where Dale Earnhardt will end up. You talk about going from the penthouse to the outhouse there on that last problem. He will finish in 16th spot, Earnhardt will. 17th place going to Brett Bodine. Harry Gant is being posted in 18th. 19th to Sterling Marlin, and Davey Allison will finish in 20th. 21st position going to Mark Martin. 22nd will be Butch Miller. 23rd is Dave Marcus. Kyle Petty will finish 24th. 25th spot to Jack Pennington, the highest finishing rookie of the day. 26th position this afternoon will be Joe Ruttman. In 27th spot, Larry Pearson. 28th will be Rich Bickle Jr. 29th, Jimmy Means. And 30th will be Rick Wilson. In 31st position, Jerry O'Neill car. 32nd belongs to Eddie Beerswall. 33rd will be Hutch Strickland. Richard Petty finishes 34th. Alan Kulwicki 35th. A.J. Foyt was 36th. 37th going to Jimmy Horton. 38th spot today was Rob Moroso. 39th belongs to Phil Barkdole. 40th place today, things ended very early for Kenny Schrader as he lost an engine early in the race. He finishes 40th. 41st spot was Mike Alexander, and the first car out of the event finishing in 42nd was Phil Parsons. That's the rundown as we have it from NASCAR. Barney, I don't know about you, I'm just sitting there still saying unbelievable. It's a remarkable, remarkable finish to what's really been a very good Speed Weeks 1990.
It really has. It's going to take a while for this to soak in for all of us, I'm sure. And it's going to be interesting to get to Richmond and listen to the garage talk up there about this finish. We'll be up there next weekend.
We will be there. We hope you can make your plans to join us. Of course, this coming Tuesday evening at 7 o'clock Eastern Time, you are invited to join in on our NASCAR Live show. We open up our toll-free numbers, 1-800-2-NASCAR. We certainly plan to have Derek Cope as our guest, so we hope you can join us Tuesday night at 7 o'clock Eastern Time for NASCAR Live. And that's going to do it from Daytona Beach for 1990 Speed Week. Hope you've enjoyed our coverage. Joe Moore, Alan Bestwick, and Fred Armstrong did the job in the corners all week long. The pit coverage was from Dick Brooks, Jim Phillips, and Winston Kelly. Behind the scenes, the scoring loop was handled by Martha Oliver and Augusta Johnson. Our pit runners were Herman Thomas and Jim Norton. Production assistants Ted Stone and Eddie LaRue. And that's it from Daytona Beach. Derek Cope of Spanaway, Washington, has won the Daytona 500. For Barney Hall, I'm Eli Gold. So long, everybody.